Alright, guys. Watford and Brentford have just played out a brilliant game. I don't know why I said Watford first. Brentford were at home and they won the game. Brentford beat Watford 2-1. It was a really good game for a game that before the game, how many times can you say game? It seems like it was going to be a bit of a dull affair because, it's two lower in the table sides that don't really look like, well, Watford do now, I guess, but didn't really look like they were massively in a relegation scrap. But I kind of guess Watford are now. They're 17th. Well, they were before this game anyway. Um, but yeah, it was pretty much a game that sums up Watford's season quite a bit, to be honest, because the first half they did quite well. They managed to go 1-0 up through a goal from Emmanuel Dennis, who's on fire at the moment. He's got, outside of Mo Salah, he's got the most goals and assists in the Premier League this season, which, for a player for Watford, that's quite good. Nothing against Watford, it's just like they are, bottom four teams in the league right now. So, you can't expect loads from a single player in that sort of team. Um, but Brentford and played quite well in the first half, to be fair as well. It was quite an even game in the first half. Josh King hit the post, was probably the best chance, but not even the best chance, it was quite a good shot, but the closest anyone came to scoring outside of Emmanuel Dennis's header. It was poor defending from Brentford for the header, though. Corner came in and no one picked Dennis up at all. So, yeah, that was just poor defending. But Brentford were definitely the better sides in the second half. I think that's partly because Watford decided to sit back and try and take what they had and try and get the 3 points or even a point after the 84th minute. One Watford player who did impress me today was Craig Cathcart. I thought he played really well for Watford today. I can't really say the same for the other Watford defenders. Ridiculously clumsy tackle from Will Troost-Ekong to take down, I think it was Godos in the area for the penalty right at the end. But before that, there was Pontus Jansson's header from Vitaly Janelt's cross. It got flicked on by force, I think, and Jansson managed to get a touch on it. And that's his first ever Brentford goal. I think he's been at Brentford for 2 and a bit seasons now. I think he joined Brentford from Leeds the year that Leeds, I guess, sort of bottled the playoffs, a lot of people will say. It was the year they lost to Derby in the semi-finals, I think. Yeah, and that's his first goal for Brentford. And Brentford kept piling on the pressure, and they managed to get a penalty. As I've already said, ridiculous tackle from Troost-Ekong, and Mbeumo tucked it away quite brilliantly. He sort of let the keeper die first, and then had half the goal to aim at. And just rolled it in really to make it 2-1 and win the game for Brentford. And Brentford sort of have a feel of like at the start of the season, it was similar to Huddersfield in their first season, because I remember Huddersfield in 2017, I think it was, they got off to quite a good start in the Premier League. I think their opening 2 games, they beat Crystal Palace 3-0 at Selhurst Park, and they also beat Newcastle 1-0 at home. And they were one of those teams that were like quite exciting to watch, a breath of fresh air, as everyone seems to refer to these teams as. But I think Brentford are going a bit beyond that, because although Huddersfield also did get results at like Man United as well, I think, and Chelsea. I think Brentford to get a draw at home to Liverpool, to beat Arsenal at home, to win away at West Ham, Like they are a bit above that. Like that they're firmly a mid-table side, Brentford at the moment, or they're looking that way anyway. Before any, you know, post well post this game collapse and or winning run, I guess. Um, but they are really entertaining to watch. So you've got to give them that, I guess, if nothing else. They pile bodies forward when they do need a goal. Who else played well for Brentford? I would say Norgard in midfield, I thought, had a very good game as well. And Mbeumo caused constant problems for the Watford defence in the first half and the second half. He nearly scored in the first half. Really good effort that Backman did quite well to save. But yeah, Watford definitely are in trouble a bit now because they're 17th. They're scoring fine. They've got no problems in that department. Josh King's scoring. Emmanuel Dennis is scoring. Cucho Hernandez occasionally pops up with a goal. So that doesn't seem to be too much of a problem for Watford. It's just so many goals conceded. 5 to Liverpool. Even in the games they have done quite well to win, they beat Everton and scored 5, but also conceded 2. So they are really struggling defensively. I don't even know if they've kept a clean sheet yet this season. It wouldn't surprise me if they haven't. So they are really struggling a bit defensively. Yeah, they just seem to be just missing like a top, well, not top centre half, but like I don't know if they've got quite a few players who I'm not sure if they are Premier League level. Like Cathcart, I think is decent enough to be playing for Watford in the Premier League. I'm not sure about Triste Kong. And Ngakia has impressed me in other games this season, but I didn't think he was very good today. And Feminir is very hot and cold today. He wasn't great, but sometimes he can be quite good. And Danny Rose just isn't good enough anymore. I don't think he didn't play today, but whenever I've watched him this season, he just looks really off the pace. But yeah, Brentford were really good, and the key thing to point out for Brentford is that they were missing quite a few important players today. The goalkeeper David Raya, who is out for quite a while now. Ivan Toney, who's ill. Ethan Pinnock at centre back, they were missing. Who else were they missing? Sergi Canos usually plays for them. I don't know if he's injured, but he didn't play today. But yeah, so they were missing quite a few players. So it is quite impressive that they have managed to get the result with all those injuries. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.